only 3 minutes late today. Can't remember. I think we were 4 minutes late on Wednesday. Anyways, I'm still tired. I still am not sleeping enough. I slept better though. How much did I in theory get last night? Probably like 6. Never mind. Just under 5. Anyways. If it wasn't evident, I just woke up from a nap. Just being relative, but within the last 15 minutes. Anyways, though, we are going to go ahead and start with some Roblox today. And then we are going to move into some, whatever it's called, vacation sim. That's the thing I'm looking for. Okay, come on. There we go. Oh, and music. I swear sometimes the thing starts so loud and sometimes it's so quiet. Anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and keep playing jeez, whatever it's called, the Lumberjack Tycoon that we were playing on Wednesday. Or Lumber Factory. Apologies. Okay, close that. Anyways, not necessarily a whole ton has happened since we last logged off. Oh. But hui. You can tell by just the uncoordinatedness of my movements how tired I am. Okay, I think. Okay, we need to get the whichever it's called. We need to get our nuclear power upgrade. Herber. Oh, I should really probably... I should and shouldn't stop taking naps before doing streams. So I'm like, I'm so tired and it's probably not great for content, but at the same time, I'm like, there is no way I could survive an entire stream if I didn't try taking a nap. So, you know, there's that whole facet. Also, this song, something other than this song that was no bueno. No bueno. Did not like. Hope everyone's been doing good though. I have been working. And you know, I'm again very glad that I get to work and that I get to work early in the morning, because then it means that I get my afternoons freed up. But having free afternoons doesn't do a whole ton for you when all of your friends work in the afternoon. Yesterday though, I kind of just took the day to relax after work. I think I only ended up sleeping for maybe like an additional 2 hours once I got home, but I got a little bit of rest and played some casual games. Also, the other thing that happened yesterday / today is Aurora officially had her release trailers and like ability rundowns. And then today, whichever it's called, the new PvE game mode Swarm got its like press release. So that's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to when that hits PvE. I don't know if we'll stream that at all. In all honesty, there's a high likelihood we won't, but we might give it a shot to, if nothing else. Cute. But just kind of see how it plays. And I'm hoping it ends up being a pretty good game mode. And I'm interested to see how Aurora fares, because apparently they pushed her more to like a mid role rather than top at this point. Like she can still play top apparently. That was weird. But they said something along the lines, and I think it was probably a Reddit thing, because let's be honest, when does Riot actually under official anything release information when they can instead just have random Reddit comments? But apparently Aurora had a fair bit of tankiness before that they ended up removing, just because they realized they gave her a lot of movement speed and whatever it's called, movement speed and burst damage, and they're like, well, we kind of don't want her to just be this perfect champion, you know, because apparently they finally realized that releasing another Yone isn't a great idea. But so with that, they ended up pushing her to more of a just burst mage with apparently poor laning, which we'll see how that goes. Which I don't get why they try and make champions have poor laning phases. Like, the intent would be, oh, well, because they're going to be a late game carry, and so you don't want them to be strong early. But at the same time, it's like, just allow a champion to have skill expression rather than just an insta-win button. Which her ultimate seems very interesting. For anyone who hasn't seen, her ultimate is that she makes a kind of like, people have been calling it similar to like a Mordekaiser ultimate. To me, it far more looks like it's got similarities to more like a Camille ult, where basically she makes a big area that people are trapped in, excluding blink abilities. So basically, if you are trying to get away from the circle, it ends up like knocking you back and slowing you. But Aurora is able to use the circle that she makes not as walls, but instead as like a teleporter wall, where if she walks into the side of anything, she teleports to the opposite side. So for instance, it'd be like, we'll use our little circle spawn thing here. So, you know, again, it's a circle, but let's say there's an enemy here and she's here, she can walk this direction and pop out over here. Which I personally think is going to be a very good way to allow skill expression. Because if you use that poorly and you're trying to, you know, obviously you shouldn't really be using it as an engage tool, or not as an engage tool, it's a disengage tool. It's meant to be again, trap the enemy team and whatnot. But I could definitely see like you're low health and you just spam buttons and then you end up making this wall and you're like, ah, crap, I gotta run. And then all of a sudden you're teleporting yourself further into the enemy's backline. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how anything works in that regard. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes. And Swarm looks to be pretty sick because it's a bullet heaven game, which is basically games like Vampire Survivors or 1.5 million different mobile games that are trying to be Vampire Survivors but definitely aren't. But no, I'm very interested to see how it goes. Because if PvE all of a sudden starts like performing well in League, in all honesty, that's probably going to do great things for the community, because if you're wanting to be a more casual player, you'll have the opportunity to. If you're wanting to be a ranked degenerate, you can do that. Not. If people want to play ranked. But also, geez, the community and toxicity around ranked specifically is bonkers. Which it's really funny to look at any of my VODs that have been going up recently. Because almost all of them, you know, are League, just because that's what I was playing non-stop. But it's really funny to just go and, like, I haven't been getting a whole ton of comments on videos recently, but it's really funny to see that just some videos will all of a sudden have like a very high amount of dislikes, and it's like, I don't even think I played poorly in this video, it's just probably I did something that people didn't like. So that's always interesting. 2.5 for that. Also, I don't know exactly how long we'll stick with Roblox for. The reason why we're playing Roblox is to help me wake up a little bit before going into Vacation Simulator. Excuse me. Because that's what I'm wanting to play, but again, waking up is probably a good idea before trying to go stream something in VR, and, you know, falling over while doing that, probably not a great idea. But I hope everyone's been doing well. Oh, hope we've been getting more sleep than me. Heaven knows I need it. Also, I am not at the first tycoon. Okay. Honestly, it was a little shocking that I did get like the first tycoon position before. Oh, I'm trying to think of things to talk about, and my mind is drawing a blank again because I just woke up 15 minutes ago from a nap. I guess at this point, half an hour. Feels like it's still only been 15 minutes. Also, I don't know if anyone's been utilizing it. I don't think anyone has because, let's be honest, I don't think I'm getting enough viewers for anyone to care. But please use the suggestion box in the panels if you feel so inclined, because I would like to know what people are interested in me playing, or just what they'd like to see more of on stream. Oh. Trying to think if anything really happened like over the past couple of days, and the answer is not really. Yeah, there we go. It's like I want to get this additional conveyor in here. I guess I can talk about the fact that I've been playing Palia, which has been fun. It's a farming sim that I think originally launched for Switch, and then I think it was even October was when it got put onto Epic Games, and then in March they released it on Steam. Which, okay, in that regard of releasing things on Steam, I had seen that, I can't remember how long ago, I feel like it was a week and a half ago, it might have only been a week ago. I'd seen that apparently Kingdom Hearts is on Steam, and I looked at it last night, and it's like every single Kingdom Hearts game apparently is now just available on Steam in like 3 different bundles. Because the one, like, I'm trying to, let me pull this up, hold up.
Rated E10 for ages 10.
Yeah, shush. Because, so, you have Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix, which, you know, as far as I'm aware, okay, yeah, you had 1.5 and 2.5, which was basically re-releases of the original 2 games. But then you scroll down into the about this game. It's like, it's an essential collection of the first 6 stories in the series, and it's all of these. And then they even have like, you know, they have a bundle currently that you can get all of the games for like 30% off, whatever. But then, you know, you have, I don't know if this is actually just 2 here. 'Cause I guess, yeah, features 3 titles, which I know that there's shenanigans of some degree with like all of the stuff.
For ages 10.
But they do have 3, which I think this one is just whatever it's called. Like, it's just 3 on whichever DLC they'd released for it. But yeah, that's really weird, especially because apparently it was only the 13th that those all came out. So that's interesting. I'm definitely interested to know kind of like how those performed in sales initially and how they're continuing to perform. It's like, hey, in all honesty, I might try getting them at some point. Any point soon? Absolutely not. Do not have that kind of expendable income, especially when I need to be getting a new external hard drive, because my 8 terabyte hard drive, which I store all of my streams on, currently has, granted this one I also have like a bunch of other files and whatnot, but you know, all of my streams, all of my raw video files that I record with, it currently has 533 gigs left, which streams on average are around 40 gigs. And again, if I'm recording videos, that also adds a fair bit of size depending on how long a video is and that sort of thing. So I guess that's what, 10 streams slash videos, which is actually kind of terrifying to realize that that's probably less than a month that I've got before I absolutely need to get an upgrade. Upgrade simply mean get another one. Also, right, we did 3 rebirths, which is why we're able to go over here. So I need to probably, in all honesty, after this next paycheck comes in a week or so, be like, let's see, I got a little bit of cash for my birthday. We're going to put that technically towards getting a new hard drive, because I do not, excuse me, want to have to lose footage because I don't have space. So that's fun. Okay. Let's, I think, sure, we'll start building walls. Especially because if I build walls, I might be able to get to the 3rd floor. Anyways, I think we'll save up to the 15k we need for that upgrade, because that'll probably be pretty good. And then I want to go ahead and see what this whole area is about. We'll probably just go till we rebirth, which is in a lot of buttons. And then we'll go ahead and rebirth and switch over to vacation sim. But no, I'm definitely obviously I'm gonna be spending around 200 bucks probably on getting another 8 terabytes. But again, when you think about it, it's not gonna be that much longer if I'm consistent on my streaming and video production before I actually need to get another one. So at that point, hopefully I'm making enough and actually making some money off of YouTube and whatnot. Because now I'm trying to think, because again, it's like probably 10 streams, because if they're averaging 40 gigs per stream, that means we're looking at around, yeah, 10, because that would be 40 times 10 is 400 gigs. And then if we also account for videos, again, that means we've got a little less than a month before I am just straight up out of space. So hopefully by that point, I, obviously, again, we'll go and see how much, although, because that means then, if it's a month per, like, 500 gigs, then that means a terabyte is in 2 months, meaning I get about, like, 16 months worth of footage out of a new 8 terabyte. Oy. That's a little bit of a scary thought. I mean, am I willing to spend the money to make certain that I can do that? Yes. It's still a little bit of a scary thought to realize that it means I probably need to be buying either more expensive, like, because I don't know exactly how much any other given size of drive I'd have, like, the ability to purchase, but we'll see. Oh my goodness. Oh. Anyway, so here we go. Buy lights. Yep. Okay, because everything is decently expensive over here. Just hope. Yes. Miss your jump, Jacob. Great idea. So the path here is 2K. The path down here is, or that's with the conveyor. I don't know. We'll save up for this and see how much it's going to cost for anything. It's a giant U shape. Oh, butter. Although I will say the fact that this isn't going into any of my upgrade shenanigans over here is a little suboptimal, to say the least. So maybe we do. We'll get the first conveyor, or not conveyor, wood producer over here. Okay, and now we can kind of, oh geez, 30, 6, 8, 4, yeah. Well, I think get all of this going first, and then we'll work towards that way, which does make sense, the fact that most of this is going to be cheaper because of the fact that it's only after, actually this stuff wasn't even, was some of this stuff before a rebirth, like even the first one? I can't remember. I'll do not remember. Anyways though. Burger. Someone was spotting. Excuse me. There. How much was that? Not you. You. 4.5. Oh, I will say it is nice to kind of be able to just relax a little bit. Not have to worry a whole ton about shenanigans. At least at this immediate moment in time. What I am definitely needing to work on is my diet. Or when I say that, mostly I mean the fact I'm not eating. Life of a college-age individual. I'd buy that, but it really wouldn't be worth it. That might be worth it though. 9K. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I've probably over the last 2 days eaten more than I had like the entire week prior. And the only reason for that is because of the fact that I decided to go spend money at a restaurant. Oh. Which said restaurant is Cafe Rio. For those of you who have no idea what that is, it's basically Chipotle, but not exactly. It's a big thing here in Provo, given the fact that there's like 2 in Provo, 1 in the town north. Like it's everywhere near Provo. I mean, it's good food, can't blame them. It's just kind of funny how much it's just getting kind of everywhere. Okay, not too much more up here. So we've got, that's obviously our big purchase. Boing. Also, it was really funny. I tried to like just go and find a stream to watch the other day. I think it was probably Wednesday or something. And I was, you know, I came across this stream and it was a gal just playing Minecraft, but she was mentioning how she'd just been apartment hunting. And she was like, oh, I don't want to dox myself. I don't want to dox myself. Like, not saying any sort of town names or anything, which depending on where you're at, you know, granted is a lot easier to possibly dox. Because I think she said she was kind of out in the middle of nowhere is where she is. My guess is probably like, probably somewhere Midwest or whatever. And so if you're given town names, yeah, there's a higher likelihood of being able to find someone. My nose is being really weird right now. It's not necessarily like in my nose that I'm having all of this snot. It's kind of like in between my throat and my nasal passage. Anyways, but no, I just found it kind of funny because I'm like, I arguably should avoid like saying town names, but it's like for anyone who knows Provo, it's such a massive college town that like even if someone was trying to like find me for any malicious intent, first off, there's 1.5 million ways to do that that doesn't require someone to explicitly state where they live. But even beyond that, I'm like, if someone really wants to try and find me in Provo, I feel like they're gonna have to take so much effort there that it's not gonna really matter if they know exactly the town I'm in. Again, is that maybe a bit naive? Probably. Do I really care? No. The other thing is, half of the time whenever I'm talking about the fact that I live here, it's mostly just to give context to the type of individuals that I end up interacting with. Okay, so we need 10. I'm not getting that quite yet because I want to see if this alien wood stuff above does, like, if it's actually a different color initially or not. My guess is no, but we'll see. Okay, so look at that. We will probably, let's get the lights. We'll work towards getting this, if nothing else, again, just to see stuff. Wee. Bump-a-dump, bump-a-dump. Conveyor. Yeah, I'm aware that I don't have the money required. Huh? Now that just make no sense. How you gonna put nothing there but have something there at the same time? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Okay, where is... So, alien wood cutter. Let's go ahead and see if the alien wood actually has a different color at all. Again, my guess is no, but we'll see. The answer is... nope. Cool. So let's make all our wood look like not wood. Ta-da. Cyan. There you go. I don't know if this stuff or the stuff of you know, don't know if the stuff in there or the stuff up here is. I think the stuff up here is actually more expensive, kind of, depending on what exactly you're getting. So it might just be worth it to come over here and do these ones. I don't know. Buy corner wood catcher. Something tells me that's because they know that they'll have stuff yeet off the side. Gigantic sawmill. You know what else is a gigantic sawmill? Your mother. I'm a child. Okay, and that's... This is gonna be... it's just a big old... It's just a big old hat thing. Big old bit of wall. Boing, boing, boing. Also, why can I not put a ceiling in here? Why can I not get any form of roof? You confuse me, game. Boing. Boing, boing, boing. Is this engaging content that people want to watch and listen to? Clearly. Clearly anyone who's actively watching this is like, yo, this is the type of content I'd pay for. I also don't know if there's a difference between like the woodcutter versus the sawmill. Like there might be, but I really also don't think there is. When it comes to value of item. Boing. I swear, some of the trigger boxes in these buttons are really weirdly made. Okay. I can't afford a thing. Oh, we're getting close to rebirth, relatively speaking. Obviously got a bit of a ways to go, but we're getting there. Lights. Oh, I still want to know why the heck there's this giant spot there. Even beyond having a giant spot, there's like, it doesn't look like anything's gonna go there is the big thing. Like here, there's a giant spot, but like, okay, cool. There's no indication of, oh yes, there will be a thing here, and that is why there was this giant spot. There's just the, whatever platform thing there, and I'm like, hey, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué es esto? It's really funny though. The majority of my Spanish knowledge comes from working in restaurants where you've got a bunch of Hispanic employees, you know, whether that be because the restaurant is a Mexican restaurant of some nature, or if it's just that it's an easy enough area to get a position in that anyone and everyone gets hired there, sort of thing. And that's not to say that people of Hispanic descent are only able to get those jobs. It's just they tend to get those jobs, such as construction. Then again, I'd say construction is actually a lot more difficult than most things they're just willing to work on. Anyways, trying to cover my bases here of, no, I'm not trying to be racist, I'm just trying to... Anyways. But, you know, so a lot of the times that's where I get most of my Spanish speaking experiences, just because I have coworkers who either speak very little or no English. And so I have to learn at least some Spanish in order to work with them so that we can communicate and whatnot. That was weird. Okay, can I actually get onto this stupid ladder thing? Thank you. But I had a coworker at Cafe Rio, because I had worked there, imagine that. I think she had recently moved from, I think it was the Dominican, actually she might have been from Mexico. I can't remember exactly. But, you know, she spoke very little English when she initially moved. So it'd been probably July or so last year. And so, you know, in order to actually work, she was trying to learn English and I was trying to learn a bit more Spanish to, again, just allow us to be able to understand each other to make the working environment possible. But, you know, so I learned a fair bit of Spanish, not necessarily actual conversation Spanish, more just like the few things that I needed to know in order to communicate, oh, we need this thing, or oh, they're wanting this, that, or the other. But, you know, it's been, at this point, geez, over 9 months probably since I was last working at Cafe Rio. And so I, you know, I've gotten rusty, but it was interesting because she was working last night when I went to go pick up food. And it was interesting to try and remember any of what I knew, to try and converse there. What was the stupid one? Not stupid because it's stupid because I'm stupid. Why can't I remembered it only after she said it last night. Para aquí e para llevar, I think is how it's pronounced. Which is, for my understanding, basically for here or for to go. Because it's, you know, are you eating here or are you leaving to eat your food? That one I vaguely remembered after she said it. I remembered it a little bit more, at least enough to remember the fact that para llevar, whatever it is, of I'm leaving to eat. Oh, no, fun times though. Fun times. Also, is that roof for like everywhere roof? No, it's not even. There's still this giant hole here. Anyways. Oh, what the? Hello, roof. Apparently I can get a roof over here. I just didn't before. Does that mean there's... Oh, yep, over here. Nope, never mind. This is just the sawmill that I apparently never bought. There's probably a button somewhere over here, though, for a roof. Maybe it's on the second floor. Why do I hear rumbling outside of my walls? Outside of the building. Okay, is there? Yes, there is. Don't worry, I might actually have a building here in a second, instead of just a couple of walls. Also, does this actually help in my production of income? Not even remotely, but it's cheaper than other things, so therefore I'm buying it now. I'm definitely in need of waking up. Let's come get some stuff out here. Have a sawmill. Let's probably get the strengthener. I think it was 10k for the last upgrader upstairs. So that one might make... Actually, I think it would make more sense to get the 8k one out there because that is the amount of income that will facilitate is going to be higher just because with it being one of the only upgraders out here. It's going to be required in order to... Also, why is that so... I was going to say tall, and then I was trying to say high, and then I just went... just went... Anyways. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, you know what I can talk about? I can talk about the weird ass dreams I had last night. This was some weird stuff. Like, so there's a couple of gals in my ward that I've got interest in dating. And one of them I just haven't interacted with hardly at all because I'm terrible at talking to people. And the other one has expressed that, and she, at least when I was initially talking to her, not looking to date, so I kind of just, I don't know if gave up is the right term, but I decided to leave that be. But no, I had like this super weird dream of, I can't even remember the full situation of like why whatever was the case, but the one who had told me like, oh yeah, I'm not looking to date right now, for some reason we were like laying next to each other. I don't remember what the situation was, and then like she goes off on this giant spiel that I can't remember anything of, but it was something to the effect of probably like either dating sucks or something like that, and then she turns and like starts making out with me. She's like, I love you, and again after I woke, I'm like, what the heck sort of random what is my brain trying to do there? And the other one, the other gal, for some reason my brain decided that in this dream she was going to be this like, she's secretly this dominatrix type individual. And I can't even remember anything on that plot line beyond that, but that was very weird, especially because that is not at all the type of vibe that she gives off, but you know, brain go burr apparently. So that happened. And if for any reason either of these two individuals happen to ever watch this video, which let's be honest, probably not, unless somehow or another dating does occur there. Sorry, I guess. Sorry that my brain go burr. It's always interesting, the type of just shenanigans the human mind will come up with to either cope with things or try and weave a story for whatever reason. Again, it was wild, man. I had no idea where any of that realistically came from. Again, like, sure, there's desire there, but at the same time, brain go burr that's about all I can say to that. Anyways. That was very weird, and I laugh about it now, but again, it just kind of makes me concerned for myself. I'm like, what is going on up in this thing? Anyways, we are nearing, because we've got over 50. I mean, I know we've got a couple that we still need to do. And I'm assuming then that means that this whole area is going to get a lot more? That, or I somehow have really missed a bunch of buttons. Because I don't have access to this one, right? Yeah, no, that one requires... Weird. Let's get this roof, because why not? Hey look, it's a roof. What a concept. Okay, so we've got this 12 and whatever up there, and obviously the giant one there. Let's buy the ones out here, I think, and then we'll... Also, I'm going to check and make sure I didn't, like, miss buttons somewhere. I'm good. Okay. Let's... Oh, you know what it probably is, I realize? I should work on getting more of the walls here, because it's probably going to be like a second floor thing. That's more than likely what the case is going to be. Which would explain why the wall there goes higher. That's probably what the case is. Boing. I'd like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride my bike. Yep, second floor. Called it. I mean, it's not like that was, again, hard to realize, and I probably should have realized it earlier. But here we are. Okay. Burberderp. I know that I'll wake up more when we get into VR, just because I'll be standing, but doesn't currently feel like I'm gonna be waking up. But we'll do it. We shall indeed wake up, because if not, I'm gonna fall over and hurt myself, and that would be bad. Kind of like the fact that yesterday, before I'd eaten dinner, I was like, wow, my body feels like it is currently trying to, I don't even know, just, it felt like I was dying, essentially. I started having like cold shivers slash numbness through my body. I'm like, I need to eat. That's definitely something I need to do right now. Okay, so how much is it for the ones up here? So it's 12 and 18, and those are the last two. Okay. I think we'll just get these ones so that I don't have to go back up there at all. We'll go for the 18 one first, just because why not? Although, hey, I actually kind of now look like I have an actual facility here instead of just some walls. When the heck did that get added? Has that just always been there? That has not just always been there. When did the giant smokestack appear? Interesting. That's what I'm looking for. Boing. Oh, that's also an upgrader, so I probably should have gotten that a while ago. C'est la vie. It's still very dark, like in this specific section. Doesn't necessarily matter, just an observation. I'm enjoying the lo-fi, but it is not helping the sleepy aspect. in the aspect of time to go honk shooey. Oh, what the? If you can't find the rest of the buttons, there's roof from first floor and second floor. It's like, yo, in case you don't have the button thing enabled. Button thing. I mean, technically it is a button thing, it's just called arrows. Anyways, in case you don't have this enabled, here's what you need to do in order to do stuff. Second floor. Okay. No, am I not just buying? Okay, I was like, am I not buying a conveyor? I think those one. I'm gonna get 6.5 just because I'm curious to if. I'm curious to see if the couple sawmills here go and drop down, or if they're just going to. Okay, they do drop down. Okay, because here's all that it is there. By raised conveyor. Oh, excuse me. That's just my 30k upgrade. That was not a thing to buy, but we're here anyways. Sleepy. Why is the conveyor raised though? Just because? Just because it can be? I will say, well, having to walk back and forth is a little tedious, if nothing else. It is beneficial because it allows me time to wait between, like, it gives me something to do instead of just wait around. I have travel time to get to things. Wood machine. Poop it out. Poop out your wood. Wood has been pooped. You're welcome, environment. Imagine if there was some poor creature that actually pooped wood. Imagine how unfortunate that would be. If nothing else, just the bark coming out. Bring a whole new meaning to his bark is worse than his bite. Oh, I'm a child, I swear. But at the same time, I also am not Twitch. I am a 23-year-old man. Don't deplatform me. I did see a literal, like, probably 10-year-old, 12-year-old on Twitch the other day. Tried to report the account for underage, like, content, whatever. Basically just like, this is a minor who is definitely not over 13 and should not be on this platform, especially because I don't know if it's that the kid didn't know how to set up a stream to have more than just their phone, like, displaying their camera, whatever. I'm like, there's no gameplay here. This is just a kid. That feels like a bad thing waiting to happen. Anyways, though. iron enchanter, is that what that said? What was I just floating on there? I don't think I actually collided with anything there, but I was just kind of floating. So that's fun. Let's go this just because I have enough money for it. Oh, that's gonna be a... all wood gets upgraded thing. Plamp. I also need to figure out what I'm doing after stream today. Oh, what the? Did stream die? My Twitch thing says I've only been live for 8 minutes. Hold on, give me 1 second. Why does... I've been having this issue for a bit of like... my stream apparently keeps dying randomly. Yeah, only been live for 8 minutes. What the heck? Why does it keep doing that? Whatever. Annoying, but I guess not the absolute end of... yeah. Like 10 minutes ago or so. No idea, man. No idea. Anyways. We can almost afford the big thing down here. Instead, we're going to buy the wood magnifier because that'll allow us to get increased profits on everything instead of just one big thing hypothetically giving us a larger sum than anything else. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's just my internet, like, dies for a second, or if it's Twitch being weird, my computer, I don't know. Again, it's kind of weird and a bit annoying. Oh, excuse me. It's kind of interesting to go through some of the whatever it's called, like view bots. Not like it's a view bot entirely because it doesn't actually count towards view, but it's clearly just a like account that's used to view thing. Like, I don't even know. I think Stream Elements watching my stuff. I'm not supposed... I don't think I have a Stream Elements and haven't for a while. But it's interesting to go through all of these and be like, yes, because all of these e-girls are clearly actively watching stream. And clearly it's not just a bunch of bot accounts. It was so weird when we had that one stream where we had like actual, like, we got view botted randomly. Okay. Giant machine. Super, like, just regular sized item comes out of it. That's fun. Exactly what we're looking for. I was expecting, you know, at least a decently sized something. Nah, why would we do that? Okay, we've got What is that? 29? I think that's how that math works out, unless I'm terrible at math, which in all honesty kind of am, so. So it tells me that we probably have an entire another floor. So let's, I guess, work towards that. We'll get our other floor going. Love how the wood count just likes to kind of jump all over the place. Like sometimes it, yep, there you go. It just went down to like 70 whatever. You know, like, then whoop, all the way up to like 100. Kind of funny to see that happen. Next floor is 25 G's. Ugh. Why you gotta do that to me, game? Anyways. This definitely won't get annoying, right? Just ching, ching. I'm getting money. It's surprisingly difficult to stay on it while doing that. And magnifies all of the wood coming from up here. Okay. Okay, yeah, what the... There's like some sort of... Huh? There's some collision there. I don't know if that's because there's a item that will be there after we get another floor, and that's what I'm standing on. Wouldn't necessarily make sense for that to be the case, though. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or we won't. That's entirely possible, too. I think... Do we just go and buy the next floor? It's like... It's 7k more to just get that. I think we'll just get the next floor. I don't know how much the finisher will give me in regards to income. Hi there. There's so many stinking conveyors up here. What the heck? It's like 3 different conveyors. Okay. I can purchase 2 of them. Also, where's my lights button? Yeah, I'm like, it's dark here. I'm gonna get a woodcutter instead. All these like slide down. That's kind of fun. So it doesn't tell me what the random stinking whatever collision thing is. The weirdest thing is, like, it's not even in an area where it would make sense for there to be collision of any nature. Thermal upgrader. But I can buy a couple of conveyors. Yeah, they all just like to slide down. Okay. Okay, the thing is though, isn't it like... Where was the collision? Now I'm trying to remember. Is it like here? I don't know, maybe it's this thing that like one of the blocks had collision for or something. I don't know. It's my best guess. Okay, really? Thank you. Give me my monies. Okay. That's not that, because that's not helpful. But yeah, they bought it regardless, because I just bought the closest thing. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. That's something I can buy and benefit from buying. I've fallen and I can climb back up because I'm in Roblox, and climbing up is what I'm supposed to do. Sure, we can get thermal green. Yes. When I think of thermal radiation or just any sort of thermal upgrade, I think green, clearly. Whew. I cannot afford anything else right now. Yeah, look at that loser over there. He's got nothing. Boing. Also, I had mentioned before that I had tried making a tycoon myself. And something that I just remembered, which I think is really interesting, is, you know, oftentimes you'll see in tycoons that they have these leaderboards, which, you know, will have the money, rebirth, whatever. And for me, I always thought it was kind of weird that those were there. Like, why does it matter to show to all the other players how much money I have? But when programming it, the reason you have that isn't at all for the, like, technically it's for the player experience, but it's not really about, oh, well, because then the other players can see how much money. No, it's not that. The reason is that you have somewhere to put the value of how much money any given player has. Like, that's the reason why. Okay, what? Hold up. Okay, just jump past it. Okay, really? I'm gonna, like, perfectly walk along an invisible collision and then you're just gonna do that to me, whatever. But no, yeah, the reason for those, I would assume rebirths is probably similar thing of, it's a way that you can put, like, you don't have to try and finagle some way of, you know, storing it on any X, Y, or Z thing. It's just straight up, oh hey, here's a way we're able to, like, keep the data of how much money is actually in the player's account, instead of, you know, like the bank. Probably the object itself has the information stored of, okay, you know, here's the amount of money that has been made, here's XYZ, like the amount of money, and I mean, I guess realistically it would just be, yeah, it would be that the collectors send a value. Well, I guess in that regard, it's the item stores a value, which is then put into the collectors. And then after the collector gets that value, it sends the value to the bank, and then it'll store there and, you know, adds on top of itself constantly. And then eventually, after the player collects it, whether that be through, you know, I'm certain there's a game pass, yep, auto collect, or you have the player walk over it, or whatever the case is. You know, and for auto collect, realistically, then it's just, instead of putting the value into the bank, it puts it directly into the player's money value and that sort of thing. No, it's really kind of interesting to look at that, because it's not necessarily a super complicated process, but it is one that takes a little bit of just knowledge to put into play. And I find that pretty interesting, because I would love to be able to, like, make games myself. You know, it is something that I have interest in, but I, like, when it comes to level design, I don't have a whole ton of experience, but I'm decent at it, I would say. When it comes to, obviously, voice acting characters, imagine that I know how to do that. But no, the main reason why I avoid, like, not avoid, but just haven't really pursued trying to do game development is programming scares me. Because I have heard so many horror stories of, oh yeah, you like change one value in one thing, or you delete an object, and then all of a sudden half of your code doesn't work or whatever. And if nothing else, like, there's a reason they're called coding languages. It is an entire liars. It's an entire other language that you have to learn to understand of how things communicate with each other. And while I can understand it if it's written most of the time, it's hard for me to write it myself. Yep, there we go, we were on collision there. Although, who knows? One thing that I want to do, and this is something that I would want input on, but obviously, again, it's not like people are going to be giving me immediate input right now, is I have the desire to maybe try and, like, learn programming on stream. And I feel like that's something that can go kind of one of two ways, which is either, like, I get made fun of and people are like, you're terrible at this, you know, if you don't know how to do it, why are you streaming it? Go, like, watch some tutorials, buy some classes, whatever. You know, so there's the fear of that, but it could definitely also be the thing of, I do that and, you know, just like, hey, I'm just trying to figure out how any of this works, and then from there I'm able to get a whole ton of people like, oh yeah, no, like, you can do this trick, or I'd recommend looking at these tutorials or whatever. Because let's be honest, a lot of it the majority of the reason why I'm concerned about trying to do it on stream would be the fact that I'd probably have to be actively looking at tutorials while streaming, which is a little bit weird, especially because then you run into certain copyright issues and whatever. So, if anyone has any either recommendations or just, like, input there, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I, again, think that it would be fun both for myself to just learn how to do it, and I would hope to an extent for other people to watch me struggle. I feel like the other issue that I'd have there is I'd put myself at like too high an expectation for any given game, and then like that I'd be trying to develop, and then I'd end up like giving up halfway through because it's taking too long or it's too hard or whatever. Which is part of the reason why in game development you want to make certain you're, especially when first learning, not, you know, forcing yourself to try and make the next, you know, don't try and make the next Undertale, don't make the next Hollow Knight, you know, whatever. Make the next Five Nights at Freddy's, essentially. Which obviously that's not exactly what I'm going for with saying that, but you know, Five Nights at Freddy's realistically is a pretty simplistic like gameplay loop slash programming sort of thing. I mean, obviously Scott Cawthon had a fair bit of experience making games before, which, you know, I think that's I think there's a whatever it's called. Oh, I have enough buttons. Okay. Didn't even realize. I'm trying to remember. I think there's a Pirate Software short that he's like, you know, go ahead and make whichever like random game that he saw in Scott Cawthon's like backlog of games. After I get these dying, it's okay. After I get this and we rebirth, I'll go ahead and see if I can't find it. Ta-da! Okay. Rebirth. Oh. I have died. Oh no. There you go, I collected nothing. Excuse me. Underground mine. Motor room? Jeez, 24 or 240k. Yikes. Anyways, let's go ahead and I will find the video and then I'm gonna run ads while whatever it's called. Also, I wish, is there a way to just refresh that? Yes, okay. Okay, let me see if I can't find this. Where is the short? Again, it was like one very specific short. Ah, here we are. There. Let me mute.
See these games. We go from 1994. We're going to go all the way to 2014. And I want you to stop right here. Do you see this? You see that fart hotel right there? This was a game on phone where you selected one of 9 people to say who farted. And if you got the wrong one, all of them laughed at you. This is made by Scott Cawthon in the same year he launched Five Nights at Freddy's. This is Scott Cawthon's list of video games that he made. That's not a joke. That's real. That is 100% real. Same year. The reason that he made Five Nights at Freddy's is because someone who played his games said, your characters look creepy. They look like animatronics. And he was like, I'm going to make a game about creepy animatronics. And he did. So, like, if you're ever wondering, like, oh, no one's going to play any of the shit that I make, go make Fart Hotel. Who cares? Go make Fart Hotel. Don't worry about making the perfect game. Make Fart Hotel and listen to players about it. See these games. We go from 1994.
So, yeah, that's that, which I think, again, the sentiment is 100% valid and is something that I'm trying to work on myself. Anyways, though, I'm gonna go ahead and run ads for a bit. I hope this will turn off the autoplay ads for a bit, but we'll run some ads. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then we'll get into, excuse me, whatever that thing's called. Vacation Simulator. I don't know why I was struggling with the name. Anyways, I will be right back.